Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. Manchester United winger Antony has had a unique penalty clause inserted into his loan deal at Real Betis if he does not play a certain number of games. Betis will give the Brazilian an escape route from his nightmare spell at Old Trafford after joining the club for £85 million in 2022. The former Ajax star has not justified his eye-watering price tag, scoring just 12 goals from 96 appearances and failing to start a single Premier League game this season under either Erik Ten Hag or Ruben Amorim. He will now hope to resurrect his career with La Liga side Betis, though reports from Spain have claimed United have put a unique clause into his loan deal. According to Spanish outlet Relevo, United have agreed to let Betis pay less than 50% of his £200,000 a week wages, but they must play the 24-year-old in a certain amount of games, or they will have to pay a penalty fee. This would ensure Antony gets more game time in La Liga, increasing the likelihood of him performing well, which in turn could mean United have an easier task of selling him in the summer. It's not currently known how many games he would have to play to avoid Betis paying the penalty, and there is not believed to be an option to buy in the deal. Antony has only played in 14 of United's 33 games in all competitions and was left red-faced in the 3-1 win over basement boys Southampton last week after missing an open goal. Despite his gilt-edged miss against the Saints, Amorim said he performed well and insisted he did not want to lose any players in the January transfer window. Like I said, I want to keep my players. I'm focused on these players. I don't know what is going to happen this window. We'll see. But he did a good job versus Southampton. Antony is approaching 100 games for United after playing 96 matches so far. He featured heavily in this first season of 2022-23 under Erik Ten Hag, picking up 44 appearances in all competitions, but his game time has decreased with every season since. After their disappointing defeat to Brighton, Manchester United returned to training at Carrington today, gearing up for an upcoming friendly against Rangers. The session marked a pivotal moment under the leadership of their newly appointed head coach, Ruben Amorim, who is determined to rebuild the squad's confidence and inject fresh energy into the team. Known for his innovative tactics and emphasis on youth development, Amorim wasted no time in imposing his philosophy on the squad. The training drills were fast-paced, focusing on improving ball retention, quick transitions, and defensive coordination. A clear attempt to address the weaknesses exposed in the Brighton game. Amorim's animated presence on the sidelines was evident as he barked instructions, emphasising the importance of pressing as a unit and maintaining composure under pressure. His energy was contagious, and players appeared motivated to impress their new boss. The session had a few glaring absentees. Anthony Martial, who has struggled to find form this season, was once again left out of the squad. While no official explanation was given, sources close to the club suggest Amorim may be planning to prioritise other attacking options moving forward. Former head coach Erik Ten Hag was notably absent from the training ground, signalling the official start of a new era under Amorim's stewardship. Additionally, Raphael Varane was excluded from the session, with Amorim reportedly keen on experimenting with younger defensive options. In Varane's absence, Harry Maguire and Lisandro Martinez were paired in central defence during training drills. The duo was put through rigorous exercises to improve communication and aerial duels, key areas that have plagued United's backline. Diogo Dalot and Luke Shaw worked tirelessly on overlapping runs and defensive recovery, while new signing Sergio Reguilon was given personalised instructions by Amorim, indicating he could play a crucial role in the upcoming match. In the attacking department, Marcus Rashford and Rasmus Højlund appeared sharp, combining well in shooting drills. Rashford, still United's top scorer, looked determined to regain his clinical edge, while Højlund's physical presence and link-up play caught Amorim's attention. Youngster Alejandro Garnacho was a standout performer, showcasing his flair and willingness to take on defenders. His energy and creativity on the flanks could provide a much-needed spark in upcoming games. The friendly against Rangers presents an opportunity for United to test Amorim's early tactical adjustments. Rangers, a physical and disciplined side, will provide a stern test for United's defensive resolve and attacking fluidity. Amorim and his coaching staff dedicated time to analysing Rangers' recent performances, focusing on their counter-attacking style. The match against Rangers will serve as a crucial litmus test for Amorim's ability to galvanise the squad and implement his vision. Fans will be eager to see how the team responds under his leadership and whether they can turn their fortunes around. With new tactics, youthful energy, and a clear desire to move past recent disappointments, Manchester United is ready to step into a new chapter at Old Trafford. Ruben Amorim has shared that Sir Alex Ferguson advised him to stay positive prior to Manchester United's crisis worsening with a 3-1 defeat at home to Brighton. Amorim's squad is currently languishing in 13th place in the Premier League table, having been unable to capitalise on Thursday's late 3-1 comeback against bottom-place Southampton. The Reds manager has only managed to secure 6 victories out of his 14 games at the helm, with United showing no signs of the much-needed new manager bounce. Ferguson, who assumed control at Old Trafford in 1986 when the club was in a similar slump, was present for the Brighton match, as United honoured the late Denis Law, who sadly passed away last week, aged 84. During the pre-match tributes, Amorim and Ferguson had an extended conversation. Referee Peter Bankies had to wait for Ferguson to finish his discussion with United's current manager before he could commence the game. After United's 6th home defeat of the season in 12 league matches, Amorim disclosed what he was told. Keep positive, the Portuguese relayed to BBC Radio 5 Live. These weren't the only significant remarks Amorim made following the harsh loss, branding his team maybe the worst in United's history. In the past 10 games in Premier League, we won 2, Amorim admitted during his post-match press conference. Imagine what this is for a fan of Manchester United. Imagine what this is for me. We are getting a new coach who is losing more than the last coach. I have full knowledge of that. We are the worst team maybe in the history of Manchester United. I know you, the media, want headlines, but I am saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. Here you go, your headlines. United found themselves a goal down with just 5 minutes on the clock as Yankuba Minte put the visitors ahead. Bruno Fernandes equalised from the penalty spot, but Brighton's lead was restored on the hour mark. Kaoru Mitoma poked home at the far post shortly after the Seagulls had a goal chalked off by VAR, but there was no denying that one. It then became 3-1 when United goalkeeper Andre Onana made a mess of claiming the ball and gifted Jorginho Rutter a simple finish. There was no comeback, and Amorim will be finding it hard to heed Ferguson's advice. Manchester United want to sign Rayan Aït-Nouri this month as Ruben Amorim pushes for January reinforcements. The Red Devils have endured a torrid season and are currently 13th in the Premier League table under Amorim, who succeeded Erik ten Hag back in November after the Dutchman paid the price for United's poor form. United don't have the funds to overhaul their squad in the current transfer window, but Amorim has identified left-back as an area of the squad which needs bolstering, and Aït-Nouri, 23, is seen as an attainable target. As revealed by The Independent, United are fans of the attack-minded fullback, who is impressed in a Wolves team that has also struggled this season. The Algeria international would likely cost less than Nuno Mendes, another United target. It's said that Paris Saint-Germain will not allow Mendes, 22, to depart for less than €60 million, £50.6 million this month. That sum is beyond United, who would also have to take on the Portugal international's sizable salary. Aït-Nouri has shown he is capable of playing both at left-back and as a wing-back. It's said his adaptability is appreciated by Amorim, who has been forced to deploy Diogo Dalot as a left wing-back with Luke Shaw injured. Tyrell Malacia, United's other senior left-back, is rumoured to be edging closer to a loan move away from Old Trafford after putting his own injury struggles behind him. United, who are also interested in Aït-Nouri's teammate Matheus Cunha, are expected to try and offload players this month in a bid to free up funds for Amorim, who has yet to make a signing since succeeding Ten Hag. Marcus Rashford is one player who seems likely to depart. He has been left out of United's recent matchday squads and has openly admitted he wants a new challenge with a loan move abroad on the cards. Antony is another who could leave on loan, with Real Betis in talks over a move. Casemiro has also been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia, with Kobbie Mainoo and Manuel Ugarte impressing as a midfield partnership under Amorim. It's understood the former Real Madrid star is one of United's highest earners, so shifting him off the wage bill would likely appeal to Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the club's power brokers. Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana was guilty of another error in Sunday's match against Brighton, and his teammates weren't able to hide their feelings. There didn't seem to be a great deal of danger when Yacine Ayari swung in a hopeful low ball from the right. Onana made a hash of it though, spilling the ball at the feet of Georgino Rutter, who took a touch and found the empty net. The goal put Brighton 3-1 up and more or less out of sight at Old Trafford, and that's how it ended. Yankuba Minte and Kaoru Mitoma were also on target for the visitors, with Bruno Fernandes briefly bringing United level. Diogo Dalot and Matthijs de Ligt both fell to the floor after witnessing Onana's howler. Fernandes and Noussair Mazraoui could also scarcely believe what they'd seen, with both men putting their heads in their hands. An awful mistake from Andre Onana, former United striker Dion Dublin said on BBC Radio 5 Live. He will not want to look at this. He has no players around him. There is no danger. Just gather it and take it in. Dearie me. United's defeat came despite Brighton seeing a goal chalked off at 1-1. João Pedro thought he had fired his team in front, but a VAR check found Jan-Paul van Hecke to have fouled Dalot moments earlier. The referee's call of goal was checked by VAR, who deemed there was a foul by Van Hecke on Dalot in the build-up and recommended an on-field review, a post from the Premier League Match Centre account read. The referee overturned the original decision and the goal was disallowed. Onana was also guilty of a costly error in December when United lost at home to Nottingham Forest. On that occasion, head coach Ruben Amorim gave the Cameroonian his backing. He saved us a lot of time, so we have to find a way to turn it around and score 2 goals to help our keeper for the way he, for example, saved us at Ipswich, Amorim said at the time. We already knew it would be a long journey, but we want to win. It's a massive job. We need to improve on a lot of things. I had this and worse at Sporting at the beginning. Manchester United is bigger because of the attention, but the feeling for me is the same. It happens in a lot of squads, but you need to keep doing the same things, and it will turn around.